Saudi Arabia, the world's largest oil exporter, is currently working on diversifying its economy to reduce its dependence on hydrocarbons. So in recent years, the country is vigorously promoting the development of its local manufacturing industry and looking for new international cooperation opportunities. At this year's Saudi Future Aviation Forum, Saudi Arabia has clearly extended a cooperation invitation to China, hoping to establish a production line for the C919 passenger aircraft in Saudi Arabia. In order to promote this cooperation project, the relevant Saudi authorities have stated that they will provide full support for China Commercial Aircraft Corporation to carry out manufacturing operations in Saudi Arabia. So, if China successfully establishes a C919 production line in Saudi Arabia, how will this affect the market position of Boeing and Airbus? What benefits will Saudi Arabia gain from it? If you find today's video interesting, be sure to subscribe to the Insider Truth channel so you won't miss any exciting videos. Now let's get into today's topic. Since China announced its plan to independently develop aircraft, this idea has been ridiculed and doubted by many people. This is because there are many cases in various countries around the world that have tried to independently develop civil aircraft, but these projects have almost all ended in failure. However, a turning point in the development of Chinese civil aircraft occurred in 2017. In this year, China successfully developed the C919 aircraft and achieved the historic first test flight of this type of aircraft. This achievement shocked the global aviation industry, and they have never dared to underestimate China's technological strength since then. Compared with competitors such as Boeing and Airbus in the market, China's C919 aircraft is priced at only $90 million, while the price of similar Boeing and Airbus aircraft is usually more than $130 million. Although on the surface, the price difference between the two is only tens of millions of dollars, this price advantage will translate into significant economic benefits when the purchase quantity increases. As of 2023, although the C919 has not yet achieved large-scale delivery worldwide, its order volume has exceeded 1,300, and many companies from 40 countries and regions in the world have placed orders. It is worth mentioning that even General Electric Commercial Aviation in the United States has booked 20 C919s, which is a recognition of the reliability and performance of the C919. Despite the large number of orders for the C919 aircraft, COMAC still faces severe production and delivery challenges. Currently, the production activities of the C919 are mainly concentrated on a production line in Pudong, Shanghai. This centralized production model has brought considerable pressure on supply chain management, quality control, and talent training. According to the latest data, COMAC can only deliver 5 C919 aircraft to the market each year, which is far from meeting the growing market demand. Considering that the current orders have accumulated to 1,400 aircraft, it will take COMAC 300 years to complete all orders at the current production speed, which is obviously unacceptable. In response to this challenge, COMAC has begun to take positive measures to break through the production bottleneck. They plan to start the site selection and construction of the second production base as soon as possible. By increasing the number of production lines and optimizing the geographical distribution of production lines, the goal is to achieve multi-site collaborative production, thereby speeding up production and improving delivery efficiency. In May this year, COMAC actively participated in the Future Aviation Forum held in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Their purpose is to promote the C919 and ARJ-21 regional aircraft to the Middle East market and showcase their highly automated C919 production line. The forum was hosted by Saudi Arabia and attracted more than 5,000 aviation experts and practitioners from more than 120 countries around the world. Through such international cooperation and exchanges, Saudi Arabia can accelerate the development of the domestic aviation industry chain and also help build a closer global aviation network. It is worth mentioning that at the forum, Saudi Arabian Airlines proposed a striking cooperation to China, inviting COMAC to establish a production assembly line in Jeddah. By May 20, Saudi Arabian Airlines was also in detailed negotiations with COMAC on the C919 jet in order to have a more comprehensive understanding of the performance and technical specifications of this model. Although COMAC has not yet made a specific decision, their statement at the meeting has clearly expressed their attention to the Saudi market and their commitment to the development of the global aviation network. COMAC said, "We hope to strengthen global connectivity and diversity by helping Saudi Arabia's air transport development." This statement not only highlights COMAC's international development strategy, but also emphasizes their determination to seek broader cooperation and influence in the global aviation industry. So why did Saudi Arabia invite COMAC to establish an assembly line in Jeddah? What benefits can they gain from it? In fact, although Saudi Arabia is famous for its oil industry, the country is actively promoting economic transformation in the face of changes in the global economic landscape and diversification of energy demand. In response to these challenges, Saudi Arabia proposed the ambitious Vision 2030 plan in 2016. The core goal of this plan is to diversify the economy, reduce dependence on fossil fuels, and promote the growth of the private sector. In the process of implementing this grand plan, China has provided technical and financial support for several key projects in Saudi Arabia. These projects include the construction of the Red Sea New City, the development of the commercial port of Jizan Economic City, the construction of the Haramain high-speed railway, as well as major projects such as the City of the Future and the development of new energy. Based on these extensive cooperation, Saudi Arabia naturally hopes to further strengthen its cooperation with China in the field of aviation manufacturing. If the technology and experience of COMAC are successfully introduced, Saudi Arabia will not only be able to accelerate the development of its local aviation industry, but also integrate more effectively into the global aviation manufacturing network. Such cooperation will help Saudi Arabia achieve its strategic goals in the Vision 2030. Moreover, as one of China's largest trading partners in the Middle East, Saudi Arabia enjoys many cooperation advantages. This can be clearly seen from the new facilities established by Saudi Arabian Airlines Group in Jeddah. The facility, which covers an area of about 1 million square meters, will not only be used for the maintenance, repair and overhaul of aircraft, but is also expected to support the manufacturing operations of global aerospace companies after its completion in 2025. This development shows that Saudi Arabia is moving towards becoming an important node in the global aviation industry. In addition, Saudi Arabia's efforts in civil aviation cooperation are not limited to a single project, but cover the entire aviation industry chain. Cooperation with China is seen as very important in Saudi Arabia's air connectivity plan. The plan aims to enhance Saudi Arabia's aviation connectivity and strengthen its integration with the global aviation network. The CEO of ACP has made it clear that China is one of their key markets, and they are working on new routes with one of the world's largest airlines. For China, if they decide to establish a production line for the C919 aircraft in Saudi Arabia, they can also diversify their manufacturing base and establish a business in the fast-growing aviation industry in the Middle East. As we all know, the aerospace industry is a complex and multidisciplinary field that requires extremely high skills and expertise. In this regard, Saudi Arabia's investment has begun to show results. In the past 4 years, Saudi Arabian Airlines' brand value has increased significantly, its global brand ranking has risen by 6 places, and it has been rated as one of the fastest-growing aviation brands in the world by Brand Finance. If China establishes a C919 production line in Saudi Arabia, it is expected to greatly promote the cooperation between COMAC and Saudi Arabian Airlines, which may increase the annual production of C919 to 100. Moreover, the establishment of a C919 production line in Jeddah will have a profound impact on the local economy of Saudi Arabia, not only promoting the development of the aviation transportation industry, but also promoting economic growth, creating jobs, and promoting industrial upgrading and technology transfer. In addition, as China's C919 aircraft will also be successfully developed, it is expected to be promoted in the Middle East in the future, and new production lines may be established in the region. This will not only diversify the manufacturing base, but also establish business in the rapidly growing aviation market in the Middle East and accelerate the development of the regional aviation industry. Boeing has long dominated the global civil aviation market. But now, Boeing has attracted the attention of the world aviation market due to frequent aircraft accidents and safety issues in recent years. With the launch of China's C919 aircraft, the C919 not only has a significant price advantage, but also shows excellent performance in performance and reliability. Therefore, Boeing is now under unprecedented threat. In the past few years, Boeing has lost money for 24 consecutive months, which is a heavy blow to the former industry giant. By 2023, Boeing's new orders will be only 184, while the number of cancelled orders will be as high as 655, setting a record for the lowest annual delivery since 1977. However, insiders in the U.S. aviation industry warned that COMAC still faces many challenges to make substantial breakthroughs in the international aviation market. In fact, one of the core problems of C919 is the lack of certification from FAA or EASA. The certification of these two major agencies is regarded as the gold standard of the international aviation industry. Only through their strict review can the aircraft be widely used in the global market. But at present, in addition to solving the problem of capacity improvement, the C919 project must also obtain EASA certification to enter the mainstream European market. Therefore, this uncertainty also makes C919 face greater resistance in expanding the international market. So, do you think China's future C919 aircraft will succeed as an emerging aviation brand? Before we end today's video, remember to hit that shiny subscribe button. This way you will receive more insider information on projects as soon as possible. Looking forward to sharing with you next time.